Hello, this is Larry of LSA Consulting. Today's video is being made to get you ready for your comp and pension examination coming up. And this examination is for your secondary claim of mood disorder slash adjustment disorder due to chronic pain or chronic medical problems. Okay, so the purpose of this, to me to prep you, so you being made aware of what to expect when you go for this examination. Typically, this is when you will set this exam up. You really don't, unaware what to expect, and when you don't know what to expect, and you're not prepared for the response, and you really don't know what VA is looking for. So for this secondary claim, you want to be able to you want to really know what all your service-connected conditions are, and you want to know those conditions that are leading to your sleep impairment, i.e., they being chronic pain from a back or knee problem, or could be coming from sleep apnea, or be coming from constant ringing that ringing in your ears. Any of your conditions that you feel that's impairing your sleep, meaning you're having pain or having issues both day and night. But if you look at your sleep habits in the past week, and if you're being interrupted anywhere from 2 to 4 times in a week, that's going to add to some severe sleep impairment. And when you have that type of sleep impairment, it causes problems with you the next day, and problems you've been experiencing or people have told you. You've been exhibiting symptoms of irritability, mood swings, just not being able to get along with folks, being kind of tense, anxious, and things like that. But now these symptoms are leading to problems that are affecting you in two big areas of your life, at work and at home. At work, the symptoms of when you miss a certain amount of hours at night, and when you come in, you wake up, you're sluggish, and then you're a little irritable, agitated. When you're irritable, agitated, and you're feeling sluggish, you're not very well focused, and you can't stay on task. If you're a task-oriented individual, that adds to the irritability, that adds to the frequent arguments, and adds to the concentration issues. And that kind of leads going what goes on if you're having issues during the day. You're going to translate, you're going to take those home at night. You got more arguments with the spouse, the kids, and get along with folks. And many times this depends on the degree of your symptoms or your pain. And sometimes you just feel like you just want to be kind of left alone. So be able to articulate to the provider that due to the progressive nature of your medical problems, whether it's pain, whether it's sleep apnea, you've developed these symptoms over a period of time. It doesn't pop up overnight. Many of you have had them since the time you were on active duty, but you couldn't say anything because you won't, get promoted or get transferred or have a successful career. But now that you're out and you're dealing with these problems, there's no point trying to keep these symptoms kind of, you just think you're just getting older and these things that come with age. Yes, they do come with age, but more importantly, you have chronic medical problems that will enhance these symptoms. So be able to talk about your medical problems that you're service connected for and how they impacted you and how they impact your sleep. When you talk about them, look at your sleep impairment. Don't just look what happened this week or last month. Look at the past 12 months. So when you respond, so let's look at in the past 12 months, I average anywhere from 2 to 4 days at night that I get my sleep interrupted. When your sleep is interrupted, there's a cascade of events that happen. That's what leads to the irritability. That's what leads to the agitation, the decreased focus, the memory issues. And during the interview, be able to cite some examples how the sleep impairment is impacting you occupationally. For i.e., if you're missing, if you having problems at work, making mistakes. And if you normally that task-oriented person and you used to dotting every I, crossing every T, and you're making mistakes that's being brought to your attention, that leads to irritability, that leads to other problems that goes on. So if you have some work-related issue, be able to cite a few of those examples. Also, at home, if you got issues at home, more arguments with the spouse, isolated from the family, not isolated, not being engaged with the family like you normally would. But typically, people who suffer from chronic pain and things of that nature, they're not going to be that engaged because it's more of a progressive degenerative process, and they can't physically able to do those things they once used to do before. So it leads to the standoffish and being isolated, and that leads to some depressed mood. So again, when you talk about that, kind of cite some examples how it affects you in those two big areas, occupation and socially. Uh, VA's job is to find other stressors. So they will go into your background. They will ask you about your early childhood. They're going to ask you about your, from time, when you're in school and when you first went in the military. They're looking for other stressors. They